just yesterday, I met an individual. I was at a networking event, the One Million Cups event, and I was with my wife Maria. We met an individual there, and I really personally dislike when you go to networking events and everyone's asking, you know, what do you do? What do you do? Oh, I do this. It's like people don't really care so much about what we do. They care about why we do it. Like, that's far more important. And I'm going to get into a little bit of that in a minute. So I started doing something different recently. I started at networking events. I go to people, say, after I'm introducing, and not asking them what they're doing or even offering to tell them what I do. And I'll say, do you mind if I ask you a very sort of off-track question? And they're like, okay, sure. Instead of me asking you what you do, how about I ask you why you do what you do? And it's really interesting. People are really dumbfounded. They have a hard time with that question. And so they start to answer the question by telling me first what they do. And the reason why this is such a challenging question for people is our whole culture is set up to send us down a road towards making money. We aren't really developing the muscle. We aren't developing the vocabulary. We don't even really have the vocabulary related to purpose or passion or authenticity because we're not having those conversations. So it's like a muscle that we've never really developed. So I asked this one gentleman this question, and he gave me a really great answer. Because most of the time when I ask people, they have a hard time answering. This individual, he said, you know, I do what I do because I've learned that if I don't do it, nothing works in my life. And he said, I just have to do what I do. And he says, I'm an artist. I love to paint. And he says, every time I get a job or I do this or I go down this career, I think he was in therapy at one point, his therapist at one point, he says, my life just doesn't work. I just can't do it. So here's a rare individual who's really sort of tapped into this understanding of what his purpose is, what his why is, if you will. And he's learned that his life is only going to work if he follows that path. So it's a very challenging thing only because we haven't developed the vocabulary, we haven't developed the internal muscle to really look inward and ask ourselves, what is it I'm really passionate about? What is it I really love to do? It's amazing how many people have no idea, and they bumble around with that kind of question. So it's challenging because our culture is set up to gear us towards making money, not seeing money as the byproduct of doing what we love. Many people, and Elizabeth Gilbert is not the only one, have shared how, if we follow our passion,